Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 5 Week 3 Day 2. So today, of course, factions are now associated based on, as of last week, based on the Kingdom event. So before they were just random, or not random, but they were based on the order in which they came into the game. But now, of course, they are based on whatever the Kingdom is going forward. And of course, since it is a Glacial Peaks week, we got Hall of Guardians, or not Hall of Guardians, I mean Mirrored Halls as the current faction event. So I believe that's a blue-yellow? Actually, what did I put the wrong thing? Well, I put Mirrored Hall, I didn't put Mirrored Halls. It is plural. But anyways, we got this place. I believe it's blue-yellow restriction. You could just do Truffle, you could do Finesse, you could do pretty much anything like that. Probably just gonna do a quick kill Rowan because we can. And that will likely be what we'll do for that. We got a lot of gems. Oh yeah, also they're doing the summer thingy. We got a lot of gems off Adventure Board today. 115, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 115. Not counting the ones that we get from the top. So counting that, that's 135 then. So definitely not that bad. Nothing good there for me. And we'll probably mess with the ward event, because we still got quite a bit of progress to make. Actually, we haven't even touched it yet. Actually, I didn't buy anything yet. Hold up. Hold up. We didn't even touch the game mode yet. We'll definitely need to get in all of our battles then, because I might, by tomorrow night, looks like the guild might actually be done. Hopefully by Thursday, because we're going to be leaving after that. But yeah, looks like we could be done as early as tomorrow. Let me guess. Yep, Isabel going for that leaderboard. That would explain it. We're all the way in the Zero Club. But anyways, we'll start with the faction. So, of course, we went over teams on Monday. There's quite a few things that can be used. That's a Tesla team. That's not what I want. That's a Finesse team. That is also not what I want. Actually, I'll go Finesse. We'll go Finesse for once. Mostly because the first and final battle are completely yellow, pretty much. So if there was one time where we would end up doing it, this would be one of those times. I'll just do it with Nimbus Bow. You can do pretty much any weapon you want there, though Nimbus Bow ends up boost ratioing off all the Strix, which is your entire team. But anyways, hello Defiant, hello Interception, hello Gerudo, hello Hong. Hello Isabel, hello Andre, hello Mr. Jesse, hello Mushroom, hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Hope all of you have been doing well. Oh, we didn't get a chant yet. That is kind of needed to make this team work. It is extremely important for us to have enchants. Otherwise it takes so much longer to get rolling, which would be very detrimental to the team. Where's the shop? 30 gems, give us that enchant, thank you. It took 123 Vault Keys for you to find an Emperor. Oh gosh, that's a lot. But at least you found it. At least you found it. Did you find Heart of Rage and other things along the way? Or was it just the Emperor? Also, the overall loot for this faction, not that bad, by the way. It's not as good as City of Thieves, but I believe it's like the second or third highest in the entire game, which is pretty solid. Main reason for that is there's 4 guaranteed treasure rooms that are blocked by 2 guarantee 5 battles, or 5 difficulty, because these are always 5s and these 4 are always treasure rooms. So overall, pretty good loot. You got 1 Heart of Rage and 1 Sun, nice, in addition to the 1 Emperor. So you got 1 of everything then. You got kind of lucky. Not sure if you needed the other ones, but 1 of everything. I still haven't seen the Sun. We've gotten like 3 or 4 hearts though. I know I have 4 total, or at least 4 total, which means we found at least 3 because one of those was free, of course. But yeah, they still need to do something about that drop table. The more of them they keep adding, the harder it's going to be to get each specific one. Not to mention we got another one this season, though it's not out in the drop table yet. The Emperor is. But the Moon is another one that's going to be in the drop table about a month after the Season 4 ends. I mean, Campaign 5, I mean. Hello, Imperial! Welcome, welcome. Also, tomorrow, afternoon or so, we'll probably be streaming Puzzle Quest 3. I believe they're going to be doing an update tonight, and regardless if they do or don't, we're going to be streaming it tomorrow. We haven't streamed this version yet, so I kind of want to. And if they do a version update, then that would still be good, because next patch should be bringing a pretty fun game mode. Apparently we'll be farming a lot, though we don't know if it's restricted or not. We'll find out when it happens. Oh, let's see if we throw that down. Oh, Cedric Room. That's normally worth taking pretty early on. However, we found it last. That's because I'm not really scouting. That's because we don't really need to. And we'll kill that up. I didn't show Pure Faction? Did I not? Did I skip over it? That's weird. But it's Glass Golem, Double Mirrored Queen, and Copycat. Did I not show it in the video? I know for sure I copied it into the thingy. But, yeah, did I not show it? But it's Double Mirrored Queen into... basically, you need one copy of Copycat and one copy of Mirrored Queen to survive. If you do that, you won. And you just do the Mirrored Queens for extra damage. And the Glass Golem's just there to tank. But the main thing that matters is keep Copycat and your one Mirrored Queen alive. If you have that going into the final battle, you should be fine. And of course, you can make your other troops into enemy team. So if there's something good on the enemy team, you can take them and use them for the rest of the delve if you so choose. If there's an option that you want to do it for. Often making your team, ending team, different than what you started with. Yes, the Sun's been in the drop table for a while. The Emperor was added as of yesterday. But, yes, they're both in the drop table now. The only thing that isn't is the Moon, which it's not even possible to own it yet, let alone be in a drop table. But the Moon should be out 1 month after the season ends. Also, the boss troop will likely require both Sun and Moon in order to craft. We'll be getting that on the second to last week or last week of the Ward event. Or not the Ward event. Well, I guess you could call it Ward event, but you know, the campaign. So many different names. Well, the Ward event's more so what the actual event is called. Whereas the campaign's the whole chapter system thing. One of each troop is still fine as well. Main reason I say double up on the legend is because you pressure damage a bit more. Because I believe that was an issue we had when we were doing Pure Faction back then. Was, our damage was just a little slow. It didn't lose, but it was just a little slow. So you could double up on the legend to fix that. Or at least help fix it. It's not the best of damage sources, but it gets your job done for the delve. Why did they give so many blue and purple? Because for whatever reason they only put those as rewards and not the other ones. Kind of like how the only arcane you can ever get from a faction is yellow, green off of warrants. Because they never bothered putting it anywhere else. And that's basically the case for the runics. Or for whatever reason, they pretty much only have blue and purple ones. But not really the other four. That could change in time as they add more delve rooms. We've had quite a few patches where we've gotten additional rooms. However, it has been quite a while, though. I think it's been almost a year now since we've gotten new delve rooms. Normally, they like doing it once a bunch of new troops come into the game. And there's definitely been plenty for them to do it with, that's for sure. There's definitely been plenty. Want mana quicker. Better not die to Death Mark. We need it. Only big issue is because we're in a delve. That'll be a permanent death for the rest of the delve. Luckily, I got cleanse instead. So we still haven't hit that level. It looked like we were actually getting close earlier. And we're still a mile away. We'll take Cedric first. Get that little bit extra gold. If anyone has any questions, anyone want me to go over, do let me know. So look at how weak those treasures are. Three HP, 1 armor. Not sure why I had to click on it. But gosh, those are weak. Salty canceled her stream last night. So I assume her tomorrow's stream is canceled too. I have no clue. Not the slightest clue what her plans are. Yeah, kind of unfortunate she didn't stream last night because now we don't know what the faction's going to be on Friday. So we don't know if it's going to be a 3-room or a 4-room. I'll make sure to go over everything with factions Thursday night before we go, since we won't be covering a video. Yeah, we won't know definitively if it's going to be a 3 or 4 room. I sure hope it's a 3 room. Makes rush method obviously a lot quicker. A 4 room doesn't hurt. Just takes slightly longer. Actually, quite a bit longer. Because you'd have to do, what is that, 48 additional battles? That you wouldn't have to do otherwise if it was a 3 room. If you were doing skip method whole time. It's going to cost us like 3,000 gems, but it'll allow me to get it done nice and quick this weekend. I could even get it done just at the airport while I'm waiting for the plane, if I go quick enough. The pure faction will likely take a bit longer, though with all those potion effects, should be pretty easy pure faction. If I buy that many potions. Oh, maybe that means Puzzle Quest update tomorrow tonight. There's still rumor that it is because it got a download, but it was just an asset download, which makes it seem like it's a patch before they do a patch. Because there's no patch notes or anything on the forum for it. Which means it's probably tonight, because they love patching on Tuesdays. Not sure why, but I think it has to do with the platforms and how they roll out. But they just absolutely love doing Tuesday night updates for both Gems of War and the other game. Hello, Logic Slayer! Welcome. Though, of course, no update for Gems of War. Gems of War is not getting an update for a while. They're still getting people for the beta test for next update, so it's still quite a while. Plus, next update looks like it has a pretty substantial new game mode. Hopefully it's infinitely farmable. We really need a new infinite farmable location in the game. And I think they might finally be adding it. Because right now the most viable thing, of course, is just spam Explorer. At least this late into the game anyways. Also, I did ask Kafka for more codes. Still didn't get them, though luckily we have way more than enough to last until we go. It's not too big an issue. It could take 2 weeks and we'd still get them in time. Though that probably means she's busy with other stuff. Let's see. Throw it down. Which means patch, probably. Actually, I'm gonna go check. I haven't even checked since we started streaming. Nope. No info yet. Not sure why, but whenever they update that game, it tends to be closer to midnight. Or Gems of War updates tend to be closer to, like, right now. Like this exact time. Whenever they do Gems of War updates, which is rather convenient. That the time they normally patch Gems of War is pretty much the exact time we stream. It isn't by design, it just happens to be the way it is. Which is rather convenient. Yes, Emperors and Volky. Actually, someone just mentioned they got it from Drop Table as well. But yes, it is indeed in Volky Drop Table as of yesterday. So if you want to try for Emperor, feel free. Though, it was mentioned it took them 123. Who was it again? Someone mentioned it earlier to stream. Yeah, Henrik ended up getting it earlier. But it took 123 Volkies. But yeah, it's very rare, obviously. Hopefully it'll do something to make it a little bit easier to target them. Because we're going to get a lot of them soon. Currently there's 3, the Sun, the Heart, and Emperor. However, we're going to keep getting more over time. Like this season, we have the Moon, of course. It won't be in Drop Table until about a month after the season, but they're just going to keep adding more and more. It's going to become increasingly harder to get each individual one. So hopefully it'll do something about the Drop Table soon. Because it's going to start to get really annoying when if there's going to be like 10 plus of them, and they're still as rare as they are now. It's going to be very problematic. Because you'd have to open like over 200 Volkies just to get the one you're looking for, if not more. Though in all fairness, next patch might be increasing the amount of Volkies we get. It seems to be something gnome related, and hopefully that's a good thing. And given that it's related to gnomes, it could potentially be Volky related as well. Volkies are definitely pretty interesting loot and how valuable they are. Though it could just be new currencies. I wouldn't be surprised if the next patch has like 1 billion new currencies. They just love adding new currencies. Sure hope not, though. Question, what are some easier pure factions off the top of your head? Crypts, because insta-kill. Stonesong Airy, because insta-kill and resummon. Whenever you have summon, it's more in the player's advantage than the AI's. All-Seeing Eye, because of resummon and skull spam and attack steal. What's that one called? Silver Necropolis, because you have a armor attack gain, or life attack gain, whatever it is. It's a durability plus attack. And that combination ends up working out pretty well to survive. Pretty much any kingdom that has that is pretty easy. Like, for example, Primal Rift has not just resummon, but also you gain attack plus armor off of Trent. You can't start with Trent, but you get a summoned on the first battle. And that makes the faction pretty easy. What other ones are towards the easier side? I think that's most of them. Might have forgotten a few. But generally, if they have a durability plus attack gain, or a resummon, or an instant kill, if they have any of those 3 things, it is generally an easy faction. Oh, Lithia is also pretty easy because you can magic reduce them before they could do anything. Oh yes, Deep Hive and Amethyrax are also easy because they both have a form of infinite loop. Or at least potentially infinite loop. Of course, Amethyrax with Truffle and Deep Hive with Beatrix. Oh no, resummon. Luckily we landed extra turn there. Also, oddly enough, the silence actually went to the resummon. Because of how the weapon has a weird delay on it. Because it does the weapon effect and then it does all the affixes. But it does them separately. Where the affixes occur after. Because the damage was first, it ended up counting the kill. But then putting the silence on the resummon. Yeah, Truffle did get nerfed, which does make it slightly harder. But it's still very much doable. Actually, now that I think about it, is Truffle the only faction troop to ever get nerfed? I can't think of a different one. He might actually be the only instance of a faction troop ever getting nerfed. I don't recall a single other instance where that has occurred. He might have been the first and only. I was like, I need to wait for the explosion. It's like, oh yeah, duh, we don't have any explosion, do we? With this amount of potions. The explosion can be helpful, but it's also a bit annoying because it can ruin a good starting board. But it can also give you a good starting board. It can also give you first turn, extra turn, or, you know, in the sense that you hit like a 4 times, 5 times, and trigger on turn effects or on extra turn effects. Which is something you wouldn't normally be able to do because the starting board can never naturally have it on the board. But if you explode them, it can. By having a starting explosion. That can also be done with the trait that does it. The ones from Cinder Mirage, which can be pretty useful at times. I just wish a good Cinder Mirage troop actually had that trait. There are a couple here and there, like Reed and such, but not enough to really utilize it much. There's also none that do like a multi-explosion. Like nothing from Cinder Mirage currently has like a legendary or mythic trait where they explode like 5 gems at the start of battle. That'd be a very useful thing to have. It would also be a little bit funny because, to a degree, if they ever did do that and it did enough explosions, you could use 2 of them instead of a leprechaun at some point. Though it would require 1 whole additional slot. But there could potentially be a point where it's actually viable. Oh, so hello, Barbara! Welcome. Oh yeah, that kill is permanent, isn't it? Whoops. But that's not even a kill. It got transformed. We got hit by a lycanthropy. No! I think it's the first time since lycanthropy we've been hit by it in delves. That's gonna be really annoying this weekend. I almost forgot. This delve that we have this weekend is the first delve, the first new delve since lycanthropy is now a thing. So now we're gonna have to deal with the ultra annoying lycanthropy effect. It'll be fun to read the forum on that later. How many people will complain about lycanthropy being in the faction. Though in all fairness, it actually can help you in factions. Though it can also not help you. But it allows you to diversify your team a bit more, if nothing else. That was more likely just going to be more annoying than useful. But it does technically allow you to use any beast in the entire game if you get lucky enough. Which helps diversify the pure faction team a little bit more. The only problem is it's going to happen at the worst possible moment, most likely. And whenever it does happen, it causes the rest of the delve to be like that. Which would be very annoying if we have to go through 4 or 5 rooms. So hopefully it'll be 3. So what's your ability again? True damage, there's a 10% chance to kill them boosted by their armor. So basically useless. Not completely useless, but he's basically just a poke. Luckily this is low enough down that we don't really need the 3rd finesse. It's definitely more useful with it, but we can live without it. Please cast, thank you. Hey, we actually get to use it. There we go. You got your poking. After this, we definitely got to go claim those gems. Can't pass up on that many gems, that's for sure. Too shiny. And now our team gets to go back to normal after this battle. So what an awful board. Oh, you're blocking me on green, aren't you? It's like the first mana went in, so will this one. It's like, oh, blocked. Oh no, Finesse. Actually, that kind of helped us because he transformed himself into a yellow troop, which allowed us to double damage. They were double tapping anyway, so he still would have died. And now he really died. Yeah, 2 more. And I will hand out a code. So we'll probably hand out 2 codes on Thursday night for our final stream. We'll do 2 on our final stream and on the day we get back. I already said I would do it on the day we get back, but we'll do it for both. Might as well. Gosh, your durability is starting to get annoying to use this team for. Especially on battles when there's no yellow. Still gonna get the job done though. I already came this far with that, I kinda just want to go all the way. Finesse is one of those weird builds where it can go all the way from 20 to 500. Though at certain points you do tend to change it out for other stuff at times. Like once we get to about 300, we definitely would want to consider Tesla by then. Or if it was a location where we can use Iron Gut, which this is Iron Gut as well. Annoying thing is this Friday we cannot use Iron Gut. The restriction is red-purple. You can still use Zugoth, but not Iron Gut. He has a lot of colors, but not every color. Don't die to Death Mark, please. One more turn. Good. Just in time for Lycanthropy. Oh, so we've been getting really unlucky with orbs lately. Feels like it's been 50% purple. I mean, not purple. I wish. 50% orange. Really unlucky with a lot of oranges. Maybe it's because I picked up orange juice the other day. It has cursed me with oranges. That was in an orange juice mood. Oh, I got some orange juice. I haven't had it for a while, actually. I'm trying to stick mostly to water lately. Though I have been cheating occasionally on other stuff. Is there a code today? Yes, we'll have a code after we finish off faction. We did a little bit of a weirder order this time around. So we started with the faction. Normally we do all the other stuff and then do faction. I'm kind of doing the exact inverse where we're starting with faction and then doing everything else. Keep expecting explosion at the start of battle. If nothing else, we'll have it this weekend. For when we do the other event. There's not really much of a need unless you really want to farm the faction to go beyond the 30 gem thing. Unless you want leaderboard or to farm the faction. Though if there was ever a faction to farm by doing the events, this is one of the most valuable kingdoms in the game to get rewards from. As far as the loot chests. Because of how big the multipliers are, plus the 4 treasure rooms. So if there ever was a time, I guess this actually would be one of the ones to go pretty crazy on. As leaderboard seems to have already done. I still find it amazing that you normally need almost 500 now to get to leaderboard. This one's a little bit less active, surprisingly. Looks like only goes down to like 70 or so for having 500s. But some weeks we've been getting like straight 500, especially when new faction comes out. It's definitely going to be straight 500. But old factions do it quite often as well, which I find somewhat surprising. Well, that one's more in line where I would kind of expect it, where like half the leaderboard is 500. Sometimes it's hundreds of people, which makes the leaderboard way too competitive. Yeah, Lycanthropy, as much as people may hate it, it is worth considering doing a bunch of harder delves that you might have found hard in the past with Lycanthropy. While the chance of you being able to cheese it with Lycanthropy is low, you can. It is possible to completely cheese factions with Lycanthropy. Because not only could it make them weaker, but it could make you stronger. Theoretically, if you really had the patience and enough durability to actually tank that long, you could get the first battle down to one enemy and just keep stalling for like 15 minutes and have the enemy Lycanthropy your entire team into beasts. And you could literally run pure faction with 4 random beasts, essentially. I wonder if anyone's bothered doing that yet. And I'm not sure many people have the patience to do that. But if you really wanted to get a pure faction done without using gems, you could probably cheese it very hard that way. I feel like I want to try that at least once before the end of the season. But I'd likely want to do it later in the season while while Lycanthropy actually works correctly. Currently does not have their level. But once they finally do the patch that finally halves the level when you Lycanthropy affect them, then that will actually be a really big game changer for doing pure faction. Only problem is that would kind of hurt you as well when they transform you. But it would allow you to hurt the enemy a lot more. So then again, maybe it would be worth trying before then. Because the halving effect would make you a lot weaker if you were trying to build your own team. It would only help you if you were trying to do it to hinder the enemy. But hinder you more if they do that change. Whereas right now it doesn't affect the player. Because right now you'll get a level 20 beasts. However, after they fix it, it'll be a level 10 beasts, which will be substantially weaker. Have I cleared all the factions? Yes, we've been done with all factions for a little over a year now, if not mistaken. I forget exactly when. Yeah, we've been done for quite some time. Mostly because we gemmed them all. Well, not all, literally all of them, but most of them. Just to get them done. So we wouldn't ever have to worry about factions ever again. Or at least old ones anyways. Obviously we still need to worry about new ones, like the one this Friday. So hello Eric, welcome, and also hello Tyrion, welcome, welcome. You mentioned new updates soon and a new war banners coming. The new update for Gems of War is quite a while. The other update I was mentioning was for Puzzle Quest 3, which could potentially be today. As far as Gems of War, 5.6 is going to be something gnome related. We don't know exactly what yet. They're still getting people for the beta test, which means mid to late July is likely the update. Sometime in July, early, mid, or late July. Depends how long the beta takes. The game mode that comes with it should be pretty interesting. It's something related to gnomes that are going to be bringing in a bunch of new gnomes. Hopefully it doesn't nerf Vault Event though. Hopefully it's something completely separate from Vault Event. Because that'd be very bad if they nerf Vault Event. It's like the best mode there is. I'm hoping it's more of a permanent mode that's always around. Because we really need another one of those. Almost every update for quite some while. The last update we've had, where we could do anything substantial when the update launched, not only happened while I wasn't around, which was really unfortunate, but it happened when, all the way back in 2019. October of 2019 was the last time we really got an update where you could actually like infinitely farm something the second the patch comes out. Most other patches since then have been, like the main features of them didn't come until like days or weeks after. But it seems like this next patch might have something like that, where you get it pretty much immediately, the effect of it. But it's still a good month off, though. Early July is the earliest it'd be. So as soon as we finish out this battle, we'll hand out a code. As soon as we claim the orbs, I should say. Well, it depends how many points. Given that this place is good multipliers, we probably already have enough battles after this. We'll find out in a second. Please let me cast. There we go. The second shot. The first shot did 69, the second one did only 2. But there we go. Is that enough points? It is, because of good multipliers here. And of course, the same reward that it always gives: 1 Vault Key, 5 diamonds, 700 souls, 40,000 gold, 150 chaos shards, 2 orbs, the main loot's being the Vault Key and 2 orbs, of course, and 3 mythic ingots. Hey, a blue! Hey, not orange! Nice. Not seeing orange there is almost better than the blue, though I do like the blue. And there's our tribute. Okay, I'm gonna hand out code. And then we'll go mess with everything else, like claiming the 115 gems we have today. Very shiny. Let's see. Where's the code section? Speaking of gems, let's go get the gem key out of this code. Put that there, put that there, put that there. Oh no, why did it replace my thing? There it goes. It's trying to autofill it with with a different code, which is kind of funny. Because whenever I click on the thing, it shows like every code I've ever used. I accidentally clicked on that instead of the paste thing. Well, it did the paste, but then it like it tried overwriting it with one of the old codes, basically. Anyways, but there you go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found if your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. So copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with XF. And it gives the same word as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. An unusable on PC mobile version of the game. There you guys go. Okay, let's go clear out everything else. First things first, let's go do adventure board. Definitely don't want to pass out up on those that many gems. It is a very valuable amount of gems. Yep, no problem for the code, everyone. Yeah, if you don't miss any Val Ravens and you do every room, 1 tier is enough to do it all. Though earlier on in the game, you might not be able to go as deep, as well as could potentially lose the Val Raven or lose a battle, in which case you might have to go a little bit further than 1 tier. But assuming no Val Ravens are lost and you do every room, you can easily do it with only 30 gems, the Tuesday event. Which makes it one of the cheapest, or pretty much the cheapest events relative to what it pays out. The only one that's slightly better is if you spend nothing on Bounty Hunter. So I normally spend the max amount on Bounty Hunter. But as far as weekly events, it definitely has the best payout of any weekly event, the Tuesday event. It's not even the most time-consuming one either. That would go to the World event. Although theoretically, if you were slacking, you could technically get the World event done by doing 0 battles if the rest of your guild carries you. Though they would probably want to kick you eventually if you kept doing that. So we definitely need to make sure to go for that level. We're pretty much right on top of it. Can't not get it. Also, our goal of reaching 1,700 before the end of this year is going pretty well. Because by the end of this month, we basically have to be level 1,650. So given that I won't really be playing much on those 10 days, we need to power grind a bit when we get back. But luckily, there's a vault weekend after the weekend we get back, so we can grind like crazy then. Because we'll be using the super gold farming team too, or I mean XP farming, I mean. which means by the end of next Vault weekend, we need to aim for level 1,650, or at least level 1,648 or 49. That way we can get the last of it. Actually, then again, it's almost right at the end of the month, isn't it? Yeah, we basically have to make sure by the end of Vault weekend, we have to be at minimum level 1,649. Would have to be the case, which means we have to gain like 4 or 5 levels in one Vault weekend, which is definitely quite manageable. We'll be using the quickest EXP farming team in the entire game, so it should work out. Because the same team that is the quickest of gnome right in the entire game is also the same team for hero XP. Not class XP, but the bigger number. They're both the exact same. The Greed Dust Devil double Iron Hawk. Or the Dust Devil triple Iron Hawk, though I prefer using the other one. Especially since quite a few gnomes have the durability to survive a 20 damage Dust Devil. Also, I am kind of surprised. They have not nerfed the Dust Devil Ironhawk team, which means it is probably an intended mechanic if they have not done it yet. Because hello, Bill. Why are so many people still staying first this late into the stream? But anyways, we did that. Okay, let's go do the reward event. We haven't even started it. Oh, let's see. Is the glitch still the glitching? Hold up. Wait. Oh, I might have ruined it by doing that, though. I need to go get my medals. Where's the world event? Let's see if the glitch is still in play. I might have ruined it. Oh no, we've started the orange curse again. It's back. Let's see. We'll find out the second we put this in. No, I ruined it. I know for sure it's still glitched because we saw it last week. But yeah, I ruined it by going out of the menu. Fail. Slight fail. Anyways, let's go do the world event. Do I have the correct team sets? Kind of. Yeah, might as well just roll with it. I don't see why not. I was gonna say we might want a slightly different team for the earlier battles. Well, then again, what's my cheap team? Because it doesn't have Rowan quick kill. Is there no way to not block it on blue? I guess not, because we have to use blue, don't we? I might as well just use this team. Also, King of Thieves is worth more points than the other one. I forget what the other one is, but King of Thieves is worth more. Also, if you find you're getting a lot of one single battle, make sure to take it. It gives you slightly more for doing the same battle. Also, don't you dare run away, Valraven, on first battle, like last week. We lost 10 gems last week to that, which isn't too big a deal, but adds up. So right here, we see 2 Broker of Greed, so we'll go for the Broker of Greed to try to get the multiplier up a bit more. Yep, let's go use every last sigil we have. That is the game plan. Should go pretty quick. Most of these are just going to melt in a single cast, of course. Oh, good thing we went for the Broker of Greed, because now there's another Broker of Greed. If anyone still has any questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Make sure to do so. Also, what's nice about that poke is not only does it feed into Rowan, because it does a concentrated damage, we can then do the other concentrated damage of Rowan to clean them up. Another gnome already. That didn't take long. The battles are dying within seconds. Hello, Roman! Welcome! So Captain McCall is worth slightly less than the other legends, but it's still worth more than the other room, so we'll take it. Oh, there's not a yellow there anymore. There was before the explosion. That's what I was talking about with the explosion thing earlier. Very unfortunate. Like you'll go for a move and it's like, nope, not there anymore. The worst thing is when it does that to an extra turn, of course. Awful when you get denied the extra turn. Hey, we hit a lycanthropy. Will it actually do something useful? Probably not. Didn't even get a chance because it has a 1-turn delay. I think we've taken more Broker of Greeds. I guess we could also kind of tell by the level of the battle. Higher level means we've taken it more. What's still possible, it hasn't adjusted the level on a single one. But generally, if we do see a high level, that does mean we played it more. Which means it's worth more points this week. Okay, it's still worth taking these epic Nobin brothers. And if we get stuck with all ultra rares, we'll know which ultra rare we'll want to target. Because I believe there's 2 different ones. We'd want to target whichever one is more populated. So it feels like we're getting a lot of our Ravens this event. It could just be because we're killing them so quick. Actually, that might only be 1 ultra rare. Yeah, they're all Draconian rogues, aren't they? Which means there's probably only 1. There's 2 legends and I think 2 epics, or definitely 2 epics. But the other one is only 1 apparently. So we gotta be careful about Submerge, don't we? Captain McCall. Another Valraven. Good thing that weapon does not create what's it called? Yellow. Otherwise he'd escape. Which would not be good. There's a Fair coming into play occasionally here. End up getting green off the ring. And then the Fairy gives us our extra little bit of damage. It works out quite conveniently. And it looks like we'll gain that level within all these sigils, hopefully. Should be able to. Seems like way more than enough. I was about to take that green. So the Tangle is going to be pretty good once we keep getting deeper and deeper. What arrow class are we currently using? Frost Mage, yeah. And Frost Mage is kind of, can end up being killed. But if we get the Entangle, it won't matter. Protective, strategic Entangle. At this point, I think we just keep clicking whatever appears here, regardless of what it is. It's always funny how ward events, when they don't shift, can actually come down to that, where you just keep clicking the exact same location. And I believe we've just done that, because even if it transforms into Dragonian Rogue, they're all Dragonian Rogues, so it doesn't matter what Dragonian Rogue we take, so we might as well keep taking the same location. There's no reason to switch now. Whatever the room gives us is what we do. Some of them cycle a bit differently, where you would actually have to think. However, this is one of those ward events where once we get it to this point, we literally just keep clicking the same location regardless of what it is. Even though they're all Dragonian Rogue, we'll just keep clicking here. And they still die in one shot. Pretty amazing. always gotta go for the Valraven first. Just in case, you never know when it might think about escaping. It's always thinking about it. There should be about 18 more battles then. Counting all the hidden Valravens lurking around the corner. This might actually one-shot the entire time. Especially with Fairy Fire coming in play. Because I think it retroactively takes into account Fairy Fire for how it splits damage. It was actually really funny. When spell reduction was first added to the game, split damage was actually incapable of killing it. The reason why is it did retroactively adjust to the reduction. So basically what was happening was it was basically doing an amount of damage, but then would take into account the spell reduction. But that spell reduction would basically make it so it could never actually kill the enemy. So you'd keep doing like a reduced amount of damage because of that spell reduction, but they can never actually go to dead. So this little bit of spell reduction was actually making it incapable of this split damage to kill because of how it was reducing it. It was pretty funny. I'm not sure if it ever came to the live version, but it was in the beta. Probably one of the funnier things that has happened in one of the betas. Or literally everything with spell reduction had immune to death to split damage because of how it was calculating against it. Though obviously spell reduction and Fairy Fire now calculates correctly. Oh no, he hit my Rowan. Now we don't kill. Still a one-shot. Oh, and there's our level. Let's go into brown. It looks like we have about 10 battles left then. We got that level plenty in time. I'll take that over, get a green. Oh, 1 minute short. Fail. If anyone says anything else you want me to go over, do let me know. Make sure to do so. Tomorrow, of course, we mostly just have the pet. So I'll probably do a bit of grinding. And during the day, we'll also do a Puzzle Quest stream. I haven't streamed Puzzle Quest in a while, and I want to stream this version of the game. So far, we've streamed every version of the game so far, every time they've done a major patch. I don't want this one to be excluded because they might do the really big patch before I go. Or not before I go, but during that duration, I mean. So I want to make sure we have at least one stream of this current patch, which is probably the worst patch of the game that has ever existed. They left it in a very weird state. Oh, should be getting an update pretty soon. Who knows? Even today, possibly. In which case, we'll be going over that update during the stream. Feels like a lot of people are waiting till the Steam release, though. Or at least the official release. Which kind of makes sense. The game is in a very weird state right now. This game's Gems of War goes super quick at end game. 4 times speed is blazing quick. It's one of the main appeals, I would say, to Gems of War as well. This is how quick pace it gets once you have an understanding of the game, which is quite a bit of fun. Some game modes you still have to think out a little bit more, like Treasure Hunt and Guild Wars. But a good majority of the game is pretty quick pace for a match 3 game. Hit double fairy fire. That's super overkill at the end. Oh no, final battle if we don't get Valraven here. Oh no. Oh, we didn't get Valraven. It's not enough to kill, so I'm actually going to preemptively go for Ring because we'll get a fairy fire out of it. And then they're dead. Actually, you fairy fire their entire team by the end there. 50% extra spell damage each. We'll have a legend to take. Really high level one too, 175. That makes sense, he gives a lot of points. Let's see, where does that put us in our guild? 8th place! Apparently, we could have been a little bit more efficient. Though that might possibly be based on luck. Also, excuse me. Let's see. I can't tell exactly how far down is the exact same amount of battles. I feel like it's right around here, but that's kind of weird if it's all the way down here. It's the same amount of battles as this. Not sure. This is definitely the same amount of battles, though. That's definitely not. So that means someone with the exact same amount of battles as us somehow got 29 more points, which seems to be very random how many points we get. It kind of just depends on what ends up appearing or not. Seems to be pure RNG based. There's probably not even a single tie on leaderboard. Hey, look at all the small differences. Not a single tie. Or pretty much not a tie. I don't think there's one. Yeah, scoring is really weird. Just because how variable it is and kind of luck-based. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be calling it a night. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We mostly just have the Glacial Peaks pets coming back again tomorrow. The little Yeti thing or whatever it's called. Actually, I think it might literally be called Little Yeti. But we got that for Glacial Peaks tomorrow. And we'll probably just mess with a bit of farming and do world events. And we'll have the Puzzle Quest 3 stream in the morning. Around afternoon or so, or around noon Eastern Standard Time, which is like 15 hours from now, whatever your time zone is. Also, gonna grab the key from our level up. But yeah, definitely don't forget, if anything today, obviously do faction, but don't forget to claim that adventure board. Adventure board is really solid today. 110 gems plus the other one, sorry, 115 gems, and in total at least 135 there. So definitely make sure to get them and save them for Friday's faction, because you can put those gems towards getting the faction done if nothing else, or save it for something else. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Don't forget, we only have 2 more streams for Gems of War this week. Tomorrow night and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, normal times. And then we'll be off till the 20th, so do be mindful of that. So only a few more streams left into our break. But anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by.